Lord Tremendous here, and I'm doing a semi-quick video here to show you how to create an API key. Now, an API key is used when you want to get into a major corporation in EVE Online, like nullsec or serious lowsec, or basically anybody who wants to take it more than casual. You're not going to get into any of the more elite corporations in the game without sending them a full API key, and that's a little confusing on how to do. So I made this video for a couple of reasons. Number one, my CEO asked me to, and number two, I figured it'd be useful to help out because it is a little bit I don't want to say complicated, but it is a little bit of a process. Very small, but yeah, anyway, we're gonna get through this together the way we intended to. So first thing you got to do when you're going to create an API key is probably wonder what the hell an API key is. And it says right here on this site, which is right there. And I will have that link in my description of this video, so you don't have to worry about writing it down or anything. You can copy and paste after, well, while you're watching the video if you want to, and follow along. Anyway, an API key is a private code that identifies your account and allows third-party programs and websites to access information about your characters and corporations. Using this data, such utilities can improve your EVE experience by providing useful functionalities such as wallet exports, skill training notifications, and other tools. Whatever. You want to know what it really is? It's to ensure that when they recruit you into their corporation, you're not a secret agent, double agent, or scumbag in general. That's going to work against them. If you're a scumbag, hey, that might work out for them. Who knows? So if you wanted to join a corporation such as maybe the Space Ants, haha, or something like that, you would need to generate a full API key so that the Space Ant recruiter, when they're looking at your application, looks at your API key, they can see your information, your in-game information, not your like real-world account information or anything like that, and determine that you're not a spy, you're not in league with any of their enemies, you're not just trying to screw them over and steal all their stuff. And really, it's just kind of like that security blanket you need. It does not allow them to see anything else in your account. They're not going to get your password. They're going to see your username, but they're not going to see your password. They're not going to have your credit card information. They're not going to know, where you were born, your blood type, or anything crazy like that. And they get to see your EVE characters, all your EVE characters on that particular account. So it ensures to them, as best as you can anyway, that you're not a scumbag that's just trying to screw them over. And it ensures that anybody that they recruit into your corporation, they're not surrounding you with double agents, secret agents, and scumbags that aren't there with your best interests in mind. So anyway, I'll show you how to do that. Once you get to this site, you click on here, and then wait for it. And then it'll bring up this page. And this page is pretty easy to fill out. Name is really just like a title for this particular API key. It doesn't matter. So Lord Tremendous, that's I. But it could be anything. You put Sassafras in there and nobody's going to care. They're not really going to see that. The next category is character. Now, character, it shows all the characters in your particular EVE account that you've logged into. I've got one, and so it's not a big deal. But some people have three, 2 or 3 alts, and so they will show up here. You want to click all. If you don't click all in the character menu, especially for Space Ants, for example, they're not going to approve it because it looks like you're hiding something. They want to see every character on this account to ensure you don't have one character in this corporation and another character in the corporation that they're war decked against or they're trying to beat or they just don't like. So character has to be at all. That's very important. Next is type. You got 2 options. You got character and you got corporation. You want it to be character. Corporation is only going to work if you're like the CEO or a major player in a corporation. And if you are, I don't know why you're watching this video because you should already know how to do all this stuff. Verification code, that's the code that's part of your API key. That's going to be generated randomly, and you can click that as much as you want. It doesn't really matter. The code is just a bunch of gibberish letters, but it will unlock your part of your API key, which I'll show you in a minute. Access mask is, you really can't interact with it. It changes based on what you select down here. I don't care what that number is. You shouldn't either. Expiration. I know it shows like a day and a time in there for it to expire. Ignore all that. Click no expiration. I know you're like, well, I want it to expire. I don't want them to have access forever. Well, I get that. I get that. You can always delete the API key. You can always come back to this site and delete the API key. I'll show you how to do it before the video is over. Don't worry. But especially if you're applying for Space Ants or something, or a real serious core, click no expiration, or they're probably just going to tell you thanks, but no thanks. Next up is you got all these categories. You want to click the all button for all these categories. Simple as that. Make sure you select all of them because this is going to show them your in-game stuff for those characters on this account, not like your account password or anything like that. They're not going to be able to make you an Omega or an Alpha. They are going to be able to see if you're an Omega or Alpha. They're going to be able to see everything here. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Account and market, they're going to see my wallet transactions, the wallet journal, the market orders, the account balance. In communication, they're going to see everybody I talk to, everybody that talks to me, everybody I'm friends with. Contact list is important because, hey, I want to join your group, but I happen to be contact friends with everybody in the evil corporation that's trying to burn you down in wormhole space or null space or whatever. And yeah, you wouldn't want that person in your corporation. So you see, now is it starting to make sense? Your private information, again, not your blood type and zip code. It's your clones, where they're at, where they, where they're set up, your skills, your bookmarks, locations. Basically, they can look at your account, they just can't change anything. In public information, it's just your character info, standings, medals, kill log, fact war stats, stuff like that, faction war stats. And then science and industry, they're going to see what you're researching and what your industry jobs are. So it really gives them just a full disclosure of your in-game characters, not of you. So yeah, see the access mask change, again, unimportant. So once you have all of that orange, all of them orange, don't try to, sneak one past them. You're probably just going to end up wasting your time in theirs. You click submit. And then you wait for it. And it brings up this screen. And here is your full API key. It is the key ID and the verification code. You will have to send both of those to the recruiter application, forums, whatever, in order to see the access mask. Don't worry about that, but you have to send these two strings of code to the application person, the forums, whatever you're applying to that wants your API key, so that they can check you out and stuff like that. And like I said, they'll see when it expires and all that stuff. So what do they do with this information? What do they get to see? Yada, yada, yada. So what the application person or whoever you send it to will do is they will copy these numbers, like these, and go to a program like this, API Jackknife. They will plug your numbers in here and stand by. Oh, too much. Okay. Here. And then they will click Get Characters. Wait for it. Wait for it. And boom, there I am. Yes, I know you're very excited. You get to see all my stuff. But it shows lots of, shows my picture, shows my name. It shows what I'm currently training, rapid firing for. Yes, I'm noob, leave me alone. It shows what skills you have, how many skill points you have in each category, just to kind of show what direction. So if I'm like, oh no, I'm all about science, and they look and I have 4 skills in science at 49,000 skill points, and yet I've got 852,000 in gunnery, they're going to look at me and go, you're an awful scientist, and I know. It's going to show the racial skills, what Amar battlecruiser, all this stuff, what I can do, what I can use. I can't do any transport ships. I'm sad. Jump skills. It shows all your skills. It shows your character, and it shows a bunch of stuff up here, your bookmarks, your assets, mail, kills, notification. Ooh, kills. All that stuff. So see, it shows everything that you've done, and so it knows whether or not, what kind of character you are, and all that good stuff. So like I said, it's not showing them that your what's it called? Your DNA, your personal real life information. It is simply showing them all your Eve character information, so you don't have anything to worry about. But like I said, if you are worried about that kind of stuff, you go back to the screen, and again, it's just right in here, and you see it says update or delete. Boom, delete, and wait for it. Gone. I have no API. That key no longer works. It's gone. They can't use it anymore. So it's that easy. It's really, really that easy. And that's how to do it. That's how to create an API key. And like I said, it's a little bit of a process, but not too difficult to figure out. And I hope after watching this video, you know how to do it pretty much step by step. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, though, feel free to put them in the comments section below, and we'll go over it together. But yeah, thanks.